Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do some notes over the presidency of Bill Clinton. If you were with us last time, we started talking about Bill Clinton, who is president from 1992 all the way through 2000, the bulk of the 90s. So we're going to start off with our essential question. So I've written that in the box. You should in your notes as well. Our question for today is, what were Clinton's biggest achievements and problems? So we're looking at the pros and we're looking at the cons while Clinton was in the White House. So I'm going to start with achievements. So we're starting right here with this term we previewed last class called NAFTA. Now that is an acronym, and it stands for North American Free Trade Agreement. What it is kind of right there in the name. We have 3 of the North American countries, the US, Mexico, and Canada. And we make an agreement that we will have free trade between those countries. So free trade between those 3 countries, the result of that is all of our economies grew. All of our economies got a little bit better because we're not paying these extra fees to trade with one another. So it definitely encourages business to move between our countries. The second positive thing that Clinton is responsible for is supporting this bill called the Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act of 1993. Don't worry so much about like the title and remembering that one. What is important to know is the definition and the outcome, right? But because of this bill that was passed, our economy grew under the Clinton administration. It got better. Clinton is known for being a president who really helped the economy grow. Very positive on that front. All right, so those are 2 positives. Now I'm going to hit you with 2 of the negatives. So first off, if you were with us in class today, we previewed this a little bit earlier, but the Violent Crime Control and Law Enforcement Act was a law passed to reduce crime, right? And that sounds really good, right? Like everybody can pretty much get on board with having less crime in the country. The problem from this bill is what happened because of the bill, right? One of the results. So this bill included a lot of good things, right? Like it banned some assault rifles that were causing a lot of damage in the streets. This ban on assault rifles is not true today, but at the time it was illegal to purchase and have these types of weapons. The bill also hired more police officers, but one of the controversial parts is what's called the 3 strikes law. And that has to do with mandatory life sentences. So what this means is if you commit like a serious crime, it's like 3 strikes and you're out, right? Doesn't matter the context. If on the 3rd time you're accused and found guilty of a crime, you got a mandatory life sentence. There's nothing the judge can do. There's nothing your lawyers can do. You were just in prison. And that's part of what is controversial, right? The result of passing this law is called mass incarceration, right? Putting a mass of people behind bars or being incarcerated. And this disproportionately affected minority people, mostly minority men. And y'all can see from this graph, right? Incarcerated Americans in prison or jail. I mean, my gosh, right? Like in the 80s, it's starting to increase. But in the 90s through the 2000s, right here is the Clinton presidency, that the millions of people in prison and in jail just skyrockets. If you haven't seen this documentary, it's free on Netflix. It's called 13th. If you want to know more about mass incarceration and the impact that we still see today because of this law and because of other laws, I highly, highly recommend check out this documentary. All right, that leads us to our last box. We talked about this last class, but just to catch everybody up, right? The Monica Lewinsky scandal led to the impeachment of Bill Clinton. He was impeached, but he was not removed from office, right? Impeachment is just when the House of Representatives actually accuses the president of a crime and says, you have done something wrong. We need you to basically stand trial, right? Explain yourself in front of the Senate, and they will vote and decide is what you did, bad enough to kick you out of office? In this case, right, Clinton, he is impeached for lying about the affair with White House intern Monica Lewinsky. He's impeached for lying, right, not for having the affair, but for lying to Congress, lying to the American people. That is what causes him to be impeached, but he still holds office, right? He continues to be president. He just has this on his record. Awesome, guys. This is the end of the notes. Before you do the Quizlet vocabulary, right, look back at the screen. There is a question I want you to answer on the back of your guided notes today. The page is just blank, so no need to write the question, but I do want to see your response. That's what I'll be grading. When you are done with your response, go ahead and turn that into the box when you're done. After that, follow the instructions on the screen. We're going to do a little bit of vocabulary practice. We do have a quiz next time I see you. These words will help you, right, do better on that quiz. And we'll do a little game. We'll play some Quizlet Live the last 10 minutes of class. All right, y'all, thanks for watching.